morning. Thank you so much for joining me. I firmly believe that moving our body and giving some attention to our breath in the morning is a brilliant and delicious way to start our day. It sets up a beautiful stage for the day. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for carving out space for you. And let's get started a little bit different today. We're going to start standing. So go ahead and look down at your feet for a moment and just place the feet firmly down. Maybe spread the toes and then re-bring them back down. Bring a soft bend into the knees. And just bring the hands down by the side. Close the eyes down. Let the gaze be soft. And just feel into what's going on right now. Feel into the breath. Notice the breath. And then bring awareness to the feet and kind of move a little too far forward and a little too far back. Same with the left and the right. Just kind of really noticing the four corners of the feet and coming back to that sweet center spot. So after you move around, see if you can find where center feels like for you. And then really press down through the feet. And as you press down, as if you're making divots in the ground, like really pressing down. Notice how that feels like it lifts the rest of the body up a little bit. So this downward energy creates upward energy. So really pressing down. Then maybe you can feel that your ribs come up a little higher or the neck lengthens a little bit. Roll the shoulders back and open up the front of the heart. So in between the shoulders, it's like on the front of the body, you have a little bit more space there. And see what it feels like to lift up the back of the neck. So we're just getting some space, getting some length. Beautiful. Bring the hands to heart center. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, for your day, you can do so here. Just a couple rounds of breath. Getting centered, getting aligned. You can hear all my birdies in the morning. I have lots of bird song in the morning. So just noticing any sounds around you as well. And begin to move and breathe. Inhale, the arms come down and then lift up, gaze can follow the thumbs, and exhale, hands, heart center. Again, inhale, lift the arms up. This time grab the left wrist. We're just going to reach over towards the right. Again, knees have some bend in them. Pull the right shoulder forward a little bit so that the whole rib cage kind of opens up. Gazing up to the left and coming back to center. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift arms up. This time grab right wrist and reach over towards the left. Again, soft bend in the knee. Pull the left armpit forward as the ribcage spirals up. And then lift the torso back to center. Hands come down. Again, inhale, lift the arms up. Grab the left wrist. This time step the left foot off the side of the mat. Plant the heel down so both knees can be bent. This can look however you'd like. Just getting a big side body stretch on the left side. Big inhale, gaze up. And exhale, curtsy pose. So knees are bent. We're going to push the arms back as the crown of the head reaches forward. So stay for a moment here, maybe putting the weight in one foot and then rocking it back. And see what it feels like to pull back on the right hip crease. You should be getting some, very possibly, or getting some sensation in the IT band or the hip. And let the hands graze down to the floor. The left foot comes back into that wide stance. Come into a big chair pose. And we're going to wiggle here. We're going to shift here. We're going to find some cat-cow in the back. So inhale, open the heart. And then exhale, come forward and wave the hands back. And you're still just shifting the weight side to side. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale, wave the hands back once more. Inhale, open the heart. And then exhale, fold forward. Knees can be as bent as you'd like. Maybe grab opposite elbows.
Shimmying side to side, just feeling where the sensation lives. I'm getting a lot of it on the outsides of my legs. So just notice where it is for you. Maybe shake the head, yes, no. And then we're going to roll up. So you can release the hands. We're going to roll up, but we're going to do it via pressing down through the feet. So we're going to press the feet down so much that the torso just lifts. Due to that, again, that downward energy creating the upward energy. So slowly rolling up. Vertebrae unwind. Arms come up and hands. Exhale, heart center. We'll do this on the other side. Inhale, lift. Grab for the right wrist. The right foot comes off the side of the mat. Plant the heel down. Again, kind of pulling the left armpit forward as the heart opens up. And just let this feel good. Breathe into sensation. Exhale, curtsy pose. Staying here for a moment, maybe shifting the weight. Playing with pulling back on the left hip crease. And then you can plant the hands, come back into that wide stance. And we'll come back up into a chair pose. This time bring the hands to heart center. Again, find some buoyancy in the knees. Inhale here. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. And then inhale, put the weight into the right foot as we lift the left knee up. Maybe you find a little bit of a wobble. And then exhale, bring the legs back down and sink low. We'll do the same thing. Inhale, lift right leg up. And exhale, come sit wide chair pose. Twice more each side. Just find a little balance in the morning. So moving really slow. It doesn't matter how high the left leg comes up. Inhale lifts you. And exhale brings you down. Slow, steady movement with breath. Wobbles are all right. It's helping us figure out where we are. The wobbles help us make a map. This time we'll stand all the way up. And let's turn towards the top of the mat. Whichever side that is for you. Hands to heart center. Inhale, wide and up. And exhale, fold forward. Maybe the hands go wide again as you pour forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to the shins. And the head will reach in one direction. The tailbone will reach in another. So stay here for just a moment and feel into this. Roll the shoulder blades back. Lengthen the tailbone and the crown of the head away from one another. You can even press the hands into the shins, and the shins press back a little bit to find that length. And then exhale, release. And let's do that once more for one breath. Inhale, halfway lift, just finding space. And exhale, plant the hands. Big step back with the left foot. Start with the left foot today. Bend in the knees. Again, find buoyancy, find some separation in the feet so your feet are on train tracks. And we're going to roll up by way of pressing down through the feet. So let the torso slowly roll up and unfold. The arms can go back and then up. So it's really big. Find buoyancy in the knees still. You can see what it feels like. It helps my stability a bit whenever I dial the front foot out as if I'm going to turn it clockwise a little bit. See if that supports. Helps to square my hips as well. One more inhale here. And exhale, arrowhead. So the hands are going to go back. The torso will come forward. So long line of energy from crown of the head all the way back through the back heel. Pull back on the right hip crease. One more inhale. And exhale, the left hand plants. The right arm comes up. So revolve, twist. Again, see if you can dial that front foot out towards the right. Pull back on the right hip crease and roll the shoulders back. Maybe cactus this top arm. Sink the hips a little bit lower. And exhale, let's bring both hands on the inside of the right foot. We're going to come into lizard pose. So your variation, you can lead the back knee up. You can bring it down. Just about 3-4 rounds of breath. Maybe find some movement here. Maybe you find stillness, maybe you find movement. You do you. And then take the right foot, or the right, frame the foot. Yeah, so take the hands on either side. And then we're gonna shift the hips back. You can bring the hands back some too, and straighten the front leg. It doesn't have to go all the way straight, but this is Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. I like to stay up high, and here I'll show you with blocks. You have blocks handy. I love this pose with blocks. So rather than coming down so far, we can stay up. And then we'll really get the intensity of the stretch and the action of the stretch by sticking the booty out a little bit and pouring the pelvic bowl forward. Roll the shoulders back and drag the hands back towards the hips. You get lots of activation here. You can pull the toes towards the face. And maybe you'd like to fold forward as well, so different poses. And then begin to shift forward. Plant the hands, straighten the front leg as you pour forward. Again, blocks are still great here. Legs don't have to be straight, they're just going in that direction. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, pour forward. Whew. Once more, inhale, halfway lift. Still here, you can think about dialing the front foot clockwise and pulling back on the right hip. That cue works in all of these. And then gaze forward. We're gonna take a big step forward. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, halfway lift. This can be done with blocks as well. Find space. And exhale, fold. And we're just gonna go right into the other side. So take a step back with the right foot. Make sure the legs are on train tracks here. Find some buoyancy. And to stand up, we're going to push down so much that that's the byproduct, is us getting vertical here. So make it slow. Arms go back, heart opens, lift up. And then maybe sink down just a bit. Lengthen the tailbone down, really bend the back knee. One more inhale. And exhale, wave the arms back, arrowhead. Pull back on the left hip crease, maybe dial even just slightly the front foot out. Lots of length. One more inhale. And exhale, right hand plants as you rotate, twist towards the left. Oof, it's intense. Bring big breath to big sensation. One more inhale. And exhale, lizard pose. So however you'd like to get today, we're bringing the chest on the inside of the left knee. So you can do this via movement or stillness. Knee up, knee down, on elbows or not, and use your props. Just making some space for the day. One more inhale. And exhale, let's frame that front foot. Ardha Hanumanasana, shift the hips back. Maybe you have the blocks with you. Roll the shoulders back, pull the heart center forward. Pull the left hip back. Flex the toes, and then stick the booty out, and that really activates. Steady breath. Next inhale, we move forward. Pick up the back knee and then begin to straighten both legs. Again, they don't have to be straightened, but we're pouring forward into a pyramid. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. And then exhale, fold. Maybe you do that again, or maybe you stay down and dig into the sensation. normally quite intense for me, especially in the morning. So not going to our deepest expression. Keeping it workable. And then gaze forward. Let's take a big step up. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold it down. Bend the knees, press down through the feet so much that you come to a stand. And hands to heart center. And as we close, let's just do a couple more balanced poses. I think those are nice to kind of recalibrate in the morning. So let's do an eagle pose. We'll do an eagle variation. So let's put the weight into the left foot, and the right foot we're gonna wrap around. So lots of different variations here. You can just wrap it and pop the toes like you got heels on onto the floor here, and then bend the knees. You can wrap it up higher as well. So choose how you're feeling today. With the arms, we're gonna do the opposite. So bring the arms wide, and we're gonna wrap the left arm on top. So right leg, left arm. You can grab, what are these, shoulders. You can wrap your arms as well. So you choose where you'd like to be. And see if you can sink the hips a little bit lower. Squeeze everything together, the legs, the arms. Then some heat here at the end, some energy. And to release, we'll start with the arms and then release the legs. Arms come up, take a big wide stance, and exhale, hands, heart center. Full round of breath, in and out. Beautiful, feel my heart beating on that one. Let's switch to the other side. So bringing right foot down, left leg wraps around. Maybe just the toes, like you're kind of standing on a high heel, stiletto heel, or maybe you're wrapping all the way around. Arms wide, right arm on top, grabbing for shoulders or reaching around. And when you're ready, as you're ready, sink it down. Squeeze it in, sink it down, and counterintuitively, the lower that you go, the more balance that you'll have. Because we got less things like blowing in the wind, kind of compacting. So squeezing in. Inviting those little shakes. Again, wobbles and shakes, there are our signposts. Help us make our maps. On and off the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, begin to unwrap the hands and then the legs. And hands to heart center, all the way through heart center down to the side. Let's just take a couple rounds of breath together. Bring the feet even wider. Still soft bend in the knees. Lengthen the tailbone down, root the feet in, and lengthen the crown of the head up. Maybe wiggle the torso so you have a little bit more space between the ribs and the hips, and roll the shoulders back. Really any kind of wiggle that you want here at the end. Making space for your breath, big breath. Let it sigh out the mouth. Once more. Beautiful. Hands to heart center. Thank yourself for showing up for you today. And thank you for letting me be part of your practice. Namaste. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you'd like to learn more about me or practice with me live, then I'm doing some trainings and retreats, and I have some online programs and stuff as well. You can find out all of that jazz at coolchanceyoga.com. And I hope to see you again on your mat. Please like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you next time.